Greetings, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. So good to be back on here. My name is Cress. I stream and I talk about things on the internet, but you're not here to talk about me. So let's jump right into what sparked my return to YouTube, CyberPunk 2077. Now, admittedly, I haven't watched much of this E3 this year, but my Twitter feed will not stop blowing up about this game. Not because of its gameplay, but because of this. You see it? Probably not. So let's just make that a little bit bigger. This ad is creating a lot of reaction online, and after reading a few takes from things, I felt I needed to say it as opposed to boil my opinion down to 180 characters. Stop. Just stop. Please. As I'm sure some of you may have guessed by now, I am trans. When I saw the white-hot opinions about how controversial it is to have a trans model being sexualized in a video game, I had to do some more research on it. Now, I haven't played Cyberpunk 2077. I don't know the game's lore, full disclosure. I have played games like Deus Ex, and I understand the humanity versus machine angle. But now I don't speak for all trans people when I say this, but this is not marginalization. I am not offended by this being in a game. In fact, quite the opposite. I'm proud that this artist had thought enough of trans people and considered trans as normalized enough to consider a trans model for being a target of a dystopian corporate exploitation, as odd as that phrase sounds. Now, in the interview with the creator, she went on to say, I like how this person looks. However, this model is used. Their beautiful body is used for corporate reasons. They're there displayed just as a thing, and that's the terrible part of it. Now, to me, this isn't trying to include a trans model for the purposes of pointing and laughing. This is something that's using a very modern stereotype, the hypersexualization of cisgender men and women in current day advertising. It's applying it to the world that they have created. So like other games, like Observer and Deus Ex, they have included themes about the taboo of body modifications and cybernetics. And Cyberpunk 2077 does not seem to be much different. Now, quoting from the Polygon article, the artist said that the world of Cyberpunk 2077 includes many people who are gender non-conforming, some of whom enjoy showing off their bodies in public. And they're a demographic group with significant purchasing power, and so mega corporations use their likenesses to sell soft drinks. It's supposed to be a play on the same sort of hypersexualized advertising that modern-day companies use to sell today, just brought in line with the kind of future CD Projekt wants to portray. Now, that's not to say that the player should see this kind of advertising as good, and she said that it was designed to feel as jarring and over-aggressive like all of the other ads in the game, but not because of the femme-presenting trans model. So I think it's time that we stop having knee-jerk reactions and start listening to each other. I mean, that article, in that interview, it sounds like they're just trying to create a world. They're trying to world build. And this is a part of the world they're letting us into. Now, without any context, of course it looks terrible. Of course it sounds terrible. But look at the context of the game. We don't even know what it's about yet. And for people who are fans of the series, it may strike some kind of a chord with them. But all of the takes that I've seen so far have been overreactionary, and it's almost fitting for a game that is calling out corporate culture to get lambasted by people who are conditioned to react before thinking. So that's all for now, folks. I just had to get this out of my system. But please tell me what you think in the comment section below, because I'm very interested to see how things shake out. Now, if you like this content, you want to see more of it, like and subscribe. I'm happy to do this. I'm happy to put it together. And whatever you do, people, keep those thoughts flowing. Thank you for watching.